How to get NOFAP motivation. Welcome back to my channel, everyone. In this video we're going to talk about how to get motivation to do NOFAP and to stick to NOFAP. Because this seems to be something that, well, most people on NOFAP struggle with, and there is a lot you can say about motivation, but there is this one thing that I think makes a huge difference. It's like at the core of what drives motivation, and yet for some reason, most people don't quite seem to know about this thing yet. For some reason, people don't really talk about it that often in the NoFap community, so I decided to dedicate this video to talk about this thing, what this thing is, and how you can get this thing. So what is this thing? If I had to describe this thing in one word, I would probably call it identity. And when I talk about identity, I mean that it's this thing that you believe yourself to be, which on its turn is based on what you think, what you do and you think all the time. And this is exactly where it tends to go wrong for most people who do NoFap, because most people on NoFap keep telling themselves that they are someone who is addicted to pornography. They keep telling themselves that they want to fap, right? But that they are not allowed to fap. They keep telling themselves that they need to avoid watching things like pictures of Instagram models, because if they watch these pictures, they get urges that they cannot control. And as a result of thinking like this all the time, their subconscious mind eventually starts to believe that this is who they are, which is the exact opposite of what you would want to have. You would want to believe that you are someone who does no fap, right? That you are someone who prefers not to fap, and not someone who wants to fap but is not allowed to fap. Now, this works in other aspects of life as well, and I think a great example of this would be fitness. You know, let's take someone who's really passionate about fitness, like an amateur bodybuilder. A lot of people will look at this person and they will say, how is this person so motivated and so disciplined? He goes to the gym 5 times a week, you know, consistently, for years on end. When we offer him a piece of cake at a birthday party, he just refuses it without trouble, you know. He doesn't seem to mind it at all. How does he do it? And now what most people don't realize is that the reason why this person does it is because he believes it. He thinks about his goals all the time. Right? When he wakes up in the morning, he thinks about the body that he wants to have. When he goes to the gym, he thinks about the body he wants to have. When he gets offered that piece of cake, he doesn't think, oh no, I really want to eat the piece of cake, but I'm not allowed to eat the piece of cake. But instead, he thinks about how he would much rather have that amazing body than the temporary sensory pleasure of eating the cake. He thinks about this all the time, and so his subconscious mind actually believes it, and so now this is his identity. And this is exactly what you should do when it comes to NoFap as well. As long as you keep telling yourself that you are addicted to pornography, as long as you keep telling yourself that you need to avoid watching Instagram pictures because you cannot control your urges, then this is who you will be. It is not possible to be a no-fapper if your thoughts are not in line with it. And this brings us to the second part of the video, with the big question, how do we actually change our thoughts? And this is easier said than done, but at the same time, it is really not that hard at all. The concept is very simple. Our mind works like a muscle. The more that you tell yourself something, the more that you start to believe it. And so very simply put, you need to start telling yourself that you are someone that prefers not to fap and that can control his urges, and you need to stop telling yourself the opposite. So when you wake up in the morning, think about your goals. Tell yourself that you are someone who prefers to do no fap. Tell yourself that you prefer to have this day where you do not fap over a day where you do fap. Tell yourself that you are someone who can control his urges, you know, and that you don't need to panic whenever you see a picture of a pretty Instagram girl. Do this again and again and again. You know, do it when you get an urge. Do it when you see a picture of a girl. Do it when you are sitting on the toilet. Do it when you are waiting on the bus. Just keep doing it over and over. Just keep telling yourself that this is what you want. Keep telling yourself that this is who you are. And eventually, slowly, your thoughts will start to shift. Your subconscious mind will actually start to believe it, and you will adopt it as your identity. And this is the only way to stick to NoFap in the long term. Because it is not possible to be the person you want to be as long as you believe that you are not this person. It's all in here. It's the mindset that really matters. You need to start believing that you are who you want to be, and eventually you will actually start to become this person. If I right now get an urge, the thought of watching the dirty videos does not even cross my mind. It is literally not an option for me. And I'm not special. My mind is not special. Your mind can do the exact same thing. You just need to start changing what you think all the time. Now, if you guys like this video, click the like button, click the subscribe button if you want to see more videos. If you really want to help me out with the algorithm, leave a comment below. For some reason, the algorithm likes that. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.